welcome to the Otherz podcast. It's January 2022. We have already had one episode out and another coming very soon. But we thought it's the start of a new year. It's not been a great couple of years, so we need a special episode. We need a special guest. We need to bring someone back. We've got to do it. So, it's what you've all been asking for, and it's what I get asked all the time. Where is he? What's he doing? Do you still speak to him? Is everything still cool?
Come back like Jordan wearing the 4-5. It ain't to play games with you. I'm back, y'all. It is the King of Creamz with Sir Penny, man.
Back.
What's up, Penny?
Welcome back, brother.
It's been about 3 years.
It's been many years, yeah. But we've still been conversing in between and trying to plan stuff out, and there's been a lot going on.
I just want to say one thing, Penny. When we started this back in the day, I just want to give the congratulations to you that you kept going with this, man. You really just turned this into something that it was, but then you brought it up another level, man. So congratulations to you for keeping this going, bro. You're really doing a good job at that. Yeah,
the last couple of years have been a slow couple of years, but now we're, things have changed, man. Things are improving, we're getting back into it. So, and as part of that, had to bring you back as well because you are...
Yeah, I'm a celebrity now.
You are that, mate. Literally, it's hard to pin you down to get you on here.
Forget this humbleness.
No. Have you seen his YouTube channel? Have you seen him on Complex?
We got the SoundCloud.
Oh, he's all over the place.
Well, I'm all over the place, man. So
everywhere.
But it's been not the best 2 years, but we're trying to make the best out of it. So I said, you know what a good way to come back to the show and just start off the year with something that I used to love to do. So I'm glad to be back, man. It's an honor, bro.
It's good to have you back. I always love chatting to you, whether it's on the podcast or just us ranting at each other down the phone every now and again. It's always good. We were going to do a kind of 2021 review of some kind, and then I realised two things. One is my memory is awful.
It's shot.
So yeah, I'm going to remember nothing from 2021.
I'm about to be 39. I'm getting old.
I'm about to turn 40 this year.
40?
Oof. 40.
40.
Gosh. 40.
40.
All right. Wind it in. And I've not had time to make any notes or go through everything from the last year. So we're going to wing this a little bit. We're going to chat about a few topics we've got. As with our podcasts, as always, they will go in all sorts of different directions. So even if we were trying to do January, February, March, we'd probably never stick to it anyway, would we? So...
Well, going back to the 2021 thing, I just want to say, if it's okay, bro, I want to dedicate this podcast to my main man, Virgil, bro. So I definitely have to do that for him, man. That was one of the biggest things that biggest losses that I personally suffered in 2021. So I want to dedicate this podcast to Virgil Abloh. My dude.
For sure. I second that. Yeah, and we spoke in, I think I did a podcast end of December maybe, where obviously it just happened. Obviously we spoke about yourself and Virgil as well. My kind of connection to Virgil kind of goes through you, having you knowing him, and I kind of very briefly told the story, but I remember when you hooked him up and you were telling me when it was going to happen. You kind of messaged me after and was telling me the kind of story and
that was crazy.
How it all kind of came about. And even from that kind of interaction and from your story telling me, he came across as an amazing person.
He was a good dude, man. I remember the first time when I met him. It's funny. I don't know if it was Kendall. Who's the rich Kardashian? Is it Kendall, Kyrie? They're not like a Kardashian. They're like a Jenner. Whoever it was. I don't know. I don't keep up with them. But he was with them at the time. And when he was with them, there was a mob outside. So I'm like, damn, all this for Virgil? Damn, this guy, at the time, it's my first time meeting him. I'm like, he's really popular. So I'll walk inside and I see her and I'm like, oh, no matter. She comes over to me. She goes, just like this. Do you know who I am? So I said, yeah, you're one of the Kardashians, right? She says, not really, and then just walks out. And the street goes crazy. I said, Virgil, what was that shit? Virgil, what was that about? He says, she's like that, but sit down, have some Perrier with me. I was like, who says, who drinks Perrier, bro?
On that good water, that fine water.
Yeah, man, and from that point on, man, we had like an actual discussion about everything. You know, it wasn't just like you're here to drop off something. We really had like a whole discussion about his upbringing, how he started from Pyrex to Off White. He asked me about how long I've been collecting the whole thing, because I know a lot of people know this, but Virgil was a huge ice cream head. You know, I always thought of Virgil as one of us. You know, we can vibe with him at any time. But he was huge into ice cream, man. There's a lot of pictures of him wearing, board flip twos. So we first started vibing on that level, and then from there, it just snowballed into like a great friendship.
Yeah, I remember you telling me like when you sat down with him, he wasn't just there to make a transaction. He was like
No,
interested in you and what you'd been doing and what you were doing, and was asking you about everything that you had going on as well, which kind of shows what kind of person he was, because he could have quite easily, like a lot of celebrities, have just said, "Hey, I appreciate that.
exactly.
Thank you for that. Let's
Thank
take a
you,
picture.
and I'm out.
Now we're out." Yeah,
No, it wasn't like it was the total opposite. And I'm so used to that type of transaction where it's like, oh, what's up, man? How you doing? Blah blah blah. So I was almost like taken like, wow, holy crap, this guy wants to actually know about what I do. And through that, we just kept talking about ice cream, and then he would start to just tell me about the things that he was coming out with, and he would actually want my opinion. And for Virgil Abloh to ask, little old me, what do I think of something? I'm like, wow, this guy really trusts that I know what I'm talking about. And that's the type of person he was, and it was awesome. So, when he passed, I was just like, no, not him. You
yeah.
know,
And the fact it kind of came out of nowhere as well, obviously such
and
a
that's the second thing, man.
a shock to everyone, and one of those kind of illnesses that now that we're getting a bit older, or I'll speak for myself in this instance. Now that I'm getting a bit older, I've had friends in the last couple of years that I went to school with that have passed away from similar things,
Yeah.
and it kind of doesn't play on your mind, but it reminds you that you are starting to get older. Not that we are old, I say in air quotes. We're still reasonably young, but you think of illnesses like that affecting people that are a lot older.
They're a lot
You
older.
don't expect it to be people that's our kind of age, or even a little bit younger, or a little bit older.
Right.
So it's always that much more of a surprise when it is something
Exactly.
like that.
Because he was born in 1980, so he's right around
Yeah.
our age. But, you got to take, it's not like he could, have done something different. But speaking on, us being healthy, you got to take care of yourself, because when you get older, I'm starting to feel it now, man. I'm shoveling snow, and I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I can't do this stuff anymore, you know? And when it comes to something like that, it's like, King, you need to stop eating McDonald's every day. You need to stop ordering Uber Eats every day, you know? But getting back to Virgil, he was one of those guys. Not only did he hook me up with a lot of the off-white stuff, but he was my connector with everybody else, with something in the water. That was all Virgil. The Air Jordan Dior, Virgil. Travis Scott's, Virgil, you know? So it was a mutual thing between the both of us.
And again, it goes to show his kind of personality and compassion and interest, because I'm sure he's got a lot of people hitting him up for favors and for exclusives and whatever it might be, for access to certain things.
Right?
And I don't imagine he kind of goes around giving that out to kind of everyone that he meets,
Right? No,
because
he
obviously
doesn't.
it's his name attached to that stuff when it happens. So again, it kind of goes to show what obviously he thinks of yourself as well.
Right?
Obviously held you in kind of high regards. So
Yeah, and he tried to get back to everybody that he could. He tried to respond back to everyone that he could. And I think that was cool, man, because a lot of the people, including myself, you can't really answer every direct message that you get. But every time, I would hear other people say that they hit him up and he responded. I thought that was pretty cool. It was down to earth. You don't get that in today's day. You know, I'm a celebrity. Nobody can touch me. I'm above everybody. I can walk on water. And he wasn't like that at all, Penny, at all. So I had to, dedicate, and I want to dedicate this to him. Man, he's still the man. So
Yeah, most definitely, and I'm sure we're going to kind of see and hear and feel his influence for for many years to come. Not just in designs and actual physical things, but also, the doors that he's opened,
yeah,
the paths that he's kind of trailblazed along to open up things for for non-white middle-aged people, which you would normally see in that kind of position.
and I have to say this, and I'm saying it right now. Uh, there's a pair of Air Jordan 1 Canary Yellow that he had on his display, and they were rumored to drop. Guys, they are not dropping. It's not happening. He told me ASAP has that one pair, and that is it. Nike is done with the off-white ones. Those canary, you heard it here. Those canary Air Jordan 1s are not dropping. Everything,
Exclusive.
yeah, everything you hear about it is fake news, unless Nike wants to do it now. But from Virgil's mouth, they are not dropping. So I tried to get them.
Of course you did.
Yeah, he's like ASAP has them.
Are those available?
Like, yeah. So what can I give you to get? So you got to talk to Rocky. So, okay. What's his number?
Yeah.
So how you doing, bro? What's new?
Not a lot, to be honest. Not a lot. It's I say not a lot. A lot has changed in the last couple of years. Trying to get back on my collecting thing. Trying to pick up some
expensive.
more pieces. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But trying to pick up some more bits and pieces now. Trying to limit myself. We were talking before we started recording about things we've kind of picked up recently, and I think I mentioned it in other podcasts recently. A few pairs of NMDs here and there. The odd pair of Nike as well here and there, but nothing too crazy. And then trying to pick up some older BBC pieces as well as the odd new thing.
You know, with ice cream, I try to not look anymore on eBay because there's really nothing else for me to get. So I'm trying to find a lot of the rare Adidas now. And I posted this up on my Instagram maybe a couple of days ago. I came across a pair of so Pharrell has these Prime Knit Superstars that they were released in yellow. It's almost like a super color, but Prime Knit. I don't know. They were supposed to drop. He was like, remember that video when he posted on his Instagram? He was on like a trampoline, and all these shoes were like all over the place.
Yeah, and as he jumped, they all went up in the air.
Yes.
Is that the one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they had a special colorway just for the members of Neptune. I think there's only 13 in the world. You guys should go check it out. It's actually pretty cool. Another pair I won't wear. But I'm trying to look for stuff like that now, like just the rarity. Because I don't think there's anything else for me to get with boutiques. I think I have them all.
I'm pretty sure you do. I've seen the freezer. I'll put my head in there. I'm pretty sure you've got them all. If people complain that I have too many sneakers when they come to the house, which they do sometimes, then I always refer them back to you.
How many pairs you up to?
You know, how many, like 50-ish or something?
Really? I thought I could have sworn
like
you had about 125.
There might be more. Back in the day, I probably would have had that many almost. But yeah, we're about 50 now. Mainly tennis hues, solar hues.
I was going to ask you, are you still on the tennis hue train?
Not bought any recent ones, but yeah, I'm still wearing them when I can because still mad comfy.
They asked me when I did the BBC takeover, what were my Pharrell picks? Like if I had to pick a Pharrell shoe on Adidas, what one would I pick? Which ones would I pick? And I took the air out the room when I said these two. I'm like the tennis hue and the boost you wear, and everyone's like, "What?" Those are my favorite Pharrell releases ever. I will never stop buying tennis hues. I will, and I find new colorways all the time. there's so many. They stopped saying that they're being released. There's so many colorways. Um, there are colorways that you have that I don't have. That I
Yeah, I
still need
picked
to
up a
get.
couple in Paris a few years ago, didn't I? And I remember messaging you like,
Yes,
"Have
I
you seen
still don't
these?"
have that pair.
Yeah, they were like, I want to say JD Sport Paris exclusives or
Yeah, they're
something,
like black with like
like
a
like a burgundy kind of color with
yeah.
burgundy with the grey as well.
Yeah, I'm like, they just literally stopped, like with the release dates. They just, it's so. I want to say there's more than the super colors at this point. There's more than
It
50,
wouldn't surprise me. Yeah,
and I'm
and
missing.
then they do kids exclusive colors, they do women's exclusive colors as well.
Yeah, yeah, and
Because
they
yeah,
have
even like my kids got a pair where
really
they only do them in the kids sizes. So I'm like, I need that pair in that color, but they
exactly.
don't do them big enough.
Yeah, I'll squeeze in. I'll make it
Yeah,
fit.
they stretch, they'll be
You know what I'm
fine.
saying? Those are like my favorite too. I'm sorry, and he has a lot of silhouettes on Adidas. I'm excited for the S1 to drop though. I got to say, I want those out ASAP. Um, and he's been wearing a lot of new silhouettes, but I can't keep up anymore, man.
Yeah.
I can't keep up. At one point, I was writing them all down. I have a list of when they all come out. But like we were saying before, Pharrell's team, I don't know what it is. Can y'all just drop one sneaker at a time? Because it's a lot for me to try to collect. When the Super Colors came out, Penny, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. How am I gonna get all of these? Can y'all come out with one a day or something? They released the entire day, um, and I'm missing 12.
I've seen it slow down a little bit recently. I don't know if that's just because of the time of year it is or whatever. So we've seen obviously a few different pairs of NMDs drop recently, but they've kind of been kind of one off. So there's been a couple of colorways like the Running Dog ones, although one was an exclusive, I think, wasn't it for Complex Con? Then one got a general release. We've seen the Astronaut ones recently. Obviously, the N.E.R.D ones just kind of released over here in Europe. Obviously, a lot later
That's
than the
crazy.
US.
You guys got them late.
I don't know what happened there. I think I talked about this previously, but you had the release, and then they announced that Europe would get them 6 weeks later, I want to say, and they never appeared.
Yeah.
And I even hit up somebody, a mutual contact of ours, who would know, and said, like, do you know what's happening with these? And she was like, if they've not come out yet, they've probably scrapped it, basically. So I just assumed that Europe was never getting a release. So I'd actually been trawling eBay, trying to find a pair for like a decent price where I'm not going to get,
Right.
killed on the shipping and the taxes and all that sort of stuff. And then I happened to be at work one day, a month or two ago, in the middle of a course, and got a notification on the Adidas Confirmed app saying,
That they were gonna drop.
yeah, there's the N.E.R.D ones. We're going to do a raffle. Do you want to enter? So I was like, hell yeah. So yeah, got in there.
And you got
Luckily,
'em.
got a pair. Yeah, which I was sort of very happy about.
Have you won them?
But that's no, 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 no.
Me either.
I want
Surprise.
again. They're ones I want to, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe when we have like sneaker bash over here in Finland, I might sort of bring them out for that or something.
Yeah, that's a summer shoe. That's
So yeah, certainly not the moment when it's like up to my knees in snow outside.
I'm trying to get all of the N.E.R.D NMDs. I'm missing, I think, like 3. And the one that I'm missing that I really want. So, do you remember the first pair that dropped? They were a black pair. It said N.E.R.D on one side, and on the other side it said, I think it said like you, or I forgot, something like
Yeah.
that. There's a pair with a red tab on the back. So the general release have just like a black tab with the brain, but there's one with a red tab with the brain, and I feel like those are going to be so incredibly hard to get because they were made for the band only.
Right. Okay.
So that's what I'm looking for now. I came across one pair, but I decided that I need to eat first.
Priorities, yes.
$10,000 for a pair of shoes is not happening. I'm sorry. Like, 10 grand, bro.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Like, just so you guys know, My yellow money rolls, I'll probably list those for about 10 grand if you want them. Because I know there's only one. And I still don't know how I got those.
You've heard it here first. If you really do want that pair, then yeah, reach out. Send a screenshot of your bank account to Dave here, and yeah.
And it's
10
funny.
grand.
When Pharrell was talking to Joe on sneaker shopping, he was talking about the N.E.R.D and how he wanted it to match this watch. So my brother says to me, "Bro, don't you have those?" And I'm like, "Wait, run it back again?" So we run it back again. Wait a second. Pull them out. I showed them to Joe. I said, "Joe, I think I have that pair that Pharrell was talking about." He goes, "No way." Send it to Joe. He calls me up. He's like, "Bro, I need to see these in real life." I'm like, "You know what? You can, Joe. I'm also selling them." He instantly posted them.
You can also keep them if you want.
I'm like, holy crap. But it was cool to have that story behind them because I didn't know why they look different. But it's cool to have that story behind of why they look like that because they look different than a regular release.
I remember you showing me those, I think, when I was over there because you obviously have multiple pairs of everything.
I was just throwing shoes at Penny, guys.
You literally were, yes.
Did you leave with a couple pairs? You left with a pair or two?
Yeah, I had a pair of... Yeah, I did, yeah. Some ice creams and some nothings, didn't I?
Some nothing. Yeah, you did. I was looking for those the other day.
But yeah, I think you showed me those dunks, and yeah, they've... What's the... Pharrell's watch, was it like stingray skin or something?
Yeah, he was saying
something like that.
Eel skin or something like that. And he goes, he wanted more texture. And when I heard that, because I'm not sure if you've ever held on the Nike Dunk, it's a little bit smooth, you know. But with the sample pair, you can definitely feel the texture. It's it's there, and the number inside is totally different. So on the release pair, it's I think they made 1050, but on the pair I have is like 0.
Yeah,
this is like 000 of 000, something like that. So I was like, oh, I have them, Pharrell. Actually, Pharrell, I have a lot of stuff.
If you need anything, you know where I am.
Please give me a call.
But let's you dropped a couple of things there we should probably rewind back upon and discuss in a bit more detail. So yeah, 2021 we saw King of Creamz pop up all over the place. Some I kind of knew about, some were a surprise. And let's go back. Let's talk first about the night at BBC that you hosted and had your some of the rarest of rare
that needed
ice
to
creams
happen.
and whatnot.
That needed to happen, man. And I want to thank BBC again for doing that. Everyone that helped put that that whole thing together. I want to thank them for that because that needed to happen. There aren't, and this is what Mayer. I'm not sure if you guys know Mayer. Mayer was like one of the biggest sneaker collectors in the world.
Didn't he just sell all of his recently?
Yeah, to 2Js. Yeah. And he said, I've seen a lot of collections. I've seen, everyone collects Jordans, Air Max, Yeezy, Dunks. He goes, but I've never seen an ice cream collection. But not only an ice cream collection, like one that is curated and you have things that people either have never seen or just one-offs of certain things. And I felt like we need to get this out. Like I have to show a lot of the people because, Penny, we're about the same age. Growing up, we really didn't have a lot of education on ice cream sneakers. We would look it up. We would see a couple pairs on Babe Talk or whatever. We didn't know the authentication of it. And, we just saw it and that was it. There wasn't any really hardcore evidence or knowledge about it. So I said, this needs to happen. I had put that idea out maybe about 5 years ago, and I was just in the store one day, and the manager came over to me, and she said, would you want to do something like this? And I was like, absolutely, 100%. And I brought out the rarest of the rare, brought out everything that I could possibly and think of. I brought out everything, but I had that one shoe up my sleeve that I never showed anybody, and that was another moment that the air came out the room, man. I'm not sure if you have seen it, but it was like the first ever prototype ice cream. Um, Different logos, everything, and that was like the highlight of that whole night. That was pretty fun. A lot of people turned out for that. I wish
It
you were
looked
there, man.
amazing. Yeah, it was. I know when you told me about it, I was kind of obviously gutted that I couldn't get over there to kind of be there because it would definitely be one of those things. Had I been able to travel, I'd have come over for a few days just to kind of
Dude,
come to that and be part of it as well because it looked amazing. And obviously, you getting the kind of respect and platform that you deserve with your collection as well in that place where it should be.
dude, it was amazing. There's a kid. Shout out to Paris Flacco is his name on Instagram. He's the one that makes all of my music for um, my YouTube channel. It's him, and he lives in Houston. I'm sorry, Austin, Texas. And this kid flew out to New York just to be there for that. I thought that was phenomenal. I ended up blessing him with a pair of board flip twos. Came all the way to New York, got some stuff in the store, and I'm like, wow, people are really like attracted to this stuff, man. Like, this is just a collection that I just had in the freezer. You've seen it, just sitting there chilling, and like now you have people actually taking pictures of the things that I've collected. And I was taken back. I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely taken back with that. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
it was
things there.
amazing. It looked great, and hopefully there'll be more in the future as well. And obviously, once the world opens up a bit more, and once we can actually travel a bit more freely,
Yeah,
then
we need to do like an
you know,
overseas one, man.
yeah, I'll be making sure I come wherever it may be.
Yeah, we need to do one like out of America, like somewhere exotic, with some exotic women, some boats,
Some
some
sunshine.
yachts, something like that.
Yeah, that
But
sounds good to me.
it was a fun night, man. Uh, the shoe of the night, I gotta say, was the yellow money rolls and the pair that have a red bottom.
I've held those, yes.
Yes, you have, and the lamb, the one for
Yes.
Gwen Stefani.
Held those as well. Put my feet in them, I think.
You did, you did.
Yeah.
Those are pretty. I forget I have those a lot. Sometimes I just forget that I have them. They're under my bed. That's
See, I remember being sat on the edge of your bed and you just throwing like brown collects at me.
bro. I was
Like
throwing everything at you.
one pair after another. It was just like, where are they coming from? What's going on?
Penny
And
was
then,
trying
yeah,
to steal. Penny was like, I'll just take this pair. Like
I was
Penny,
like, I'll just edge these over towards my suitcase
he
and
did.
yeah, you'll never see him again.
I'm like, Penny, you really trying to steal my colettes right now?
As if I would, as if.
And at the time when you came, I only had one. That was the only one. Now, I think I have, I say seven for everything, but I think I really have like five. And one of them is a friends and family, which has never been seen. It has a tint of a green on the dollars and diamonds, which is pretty cool.
I look forward to you digging it out later and sending me a picture.
Yeah, it's.
Damn it.
Don't ask me how I do it, man. I just, I don't know.
And let's segue quite nicely into that collection being showcased again a bit later in 2021 on Complex's sneaker shopping with Pharrell.
Oh yeah, I forgot
I
about that.
think
Shout out to Complex.
the only sneaker shopping where nobody bought any sneakers or went shopping. Meh, what you gonna do? I guess.
Yeah, I'm like, Pharrell, of course, you're the only person on this show to not buy anything. That's some Pharrell shit though. That's like some Pharrell. Would be the only person to do something like that.
I can well imagine them, somebody at Complex saying to somebody in Pharrell's team like, and by the way, we would just politely like to remind you that the premise of the show is that somebody then goes and buys some shoes, and somebody in Pharrell's team going back to Pharrell saying, they say they want you to buy some shoes, and you just go, yeah, no, you're right.
I'm like, he didn't buy anything.
Yeah.
That was a milestone for me, man. I said after that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna retire after this. It's funny. So another quick story. Those of you who watched the episode, and I want you to look for a part where the door opens. He's talking to Joe. The door opens, and Pharrell says, "FedEx always delivers." That was my shoes getting there. That's what that's what the FedEx was delivering, and they had just arrived at that time. And then I guess they had put them out, but that's what it was.
It's funny, yeah, because I was expecting it all to be when you prep something like that for somebody like Pharrell, you tend to have it all in place, ready to go. You kind of work through whatever you want the shots to be in the interview and stuff. But obviously, your shoes turned up partway through one of the filming segments, so they would then have had to have somebody would have gone and got that box, unpacked that box, looked at what was there, set it all up.
They had set it up, the whole thing.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of waiting around for Mr. Williams.
I was like, damn, is that my shoes coming? Shoes arrived. And when I saw that, I'm like, you know what? Still, I haven't met Pharrell. But when I saw that, I said, you know what? At least a lot of people don't get to have that opportunity of your name being said, pertaining to Pharrell. So I was like, you know what? I'll take it. That was an amazing moment. And I thank Complex, Joe, everybody at FSR for doing that. I was pretty wowed, man. I was like, wow.
Again, it goes to show. It's like, we need these Pharrell sneakers. Who do we go to? Who do we reach out to?
Got to go to the King.
And there's only one name. There's only one name.
And what was even more wow is that episode was filmed on Thursday, and those shoes were back at my house on Friday.
Really?
Yep.
That's efficiency.
I said, holy crap, they were all there. But, it was, I can't remember. I think it was the, which ones did I give? It was the Colette's, obviously, N.E.R.D, Vapes, N.E.R.D Dunks, and there was one more. The Roasters, that were mine. I think the other NMDs, they had just got from, was it Flight Club? Yeah, he said Flight Club.
It might be, yeah. They had the Chanel Pharrells, didn't they? And a couple of others there as well, yeah.
I wanted him to go into that Chanel Pharrell, man. Like, you don't really see those a lot. I was one of those people that woke up at like 4 a.m. to try to get it and knew I wasn't going to get it.
I nearly bought a pair not that long back.
Get out of here, really?
Really, a friend of mine here has a pair.
Boy.
Yeah, it was... Yeah, put them on the credit card or don't buy them, and I went the sensible route, and again thought I probably need to eat over the next coming months, so
bro,
let's not kill the credit card.
You probably would have killed my collection if you would have got those. That's a rare shoe, man.
They're for sale still if you want them, I think.
Well, are they going for 10?
They were originally, but they weren't when I was interested. I won't say how much here, but I'll tell you later on.
Wow. Yeah, I never had the opportunity to even try to get them. And if I did, they were fake. And, at this point, I'll take a fake pair. Because I know I'll never have a real one, But I never had the opportunity to buy them.
Like I say, there's a pair available potentially. So, I'll give you the details.
I'll take it.
What else did we have from last year? What else did I have on my list I want to talk about? Let's also talk about quickly the YouTube stuff, because that's what I've really liked that you've been doing last year.
Thank you.
Loads more YouTube videos, unboxings, reviews.
See, the thing is, Penny,
all sorts.
With me, I wish I can do it more often. Owning a business, guys, is not fun. A lot of people think that when you own a business, it's, I can own a business, I can just chill out. No, it's a total opposite. And the second thing is I like to do everything like with a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist at everything. And I don't know, Penny, how to just shoot with just a regular camera, no editing, and just throw it up there. Like, I can't be one of those people. The last episode that I think I was just unboxing everything. That was the first episode I did with just my phone, no format, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to just not give my all. But I think if I just did no format, kind of like how we're doing now, I can do a lot more because the editing is what takes the time.
Oh yes.
It takes a lot of time, and I hate it. I
Yeah.
hate editing. And with me, there's always a rhyme and a reason to everything that I do, from the music that's played to some of the wording that I use, even to some of the sound effects. Everything is done for a reason, you know. I always try to tie it into things that I grew up with or things that I like. You know, you'll hear Michael Jackson's voice on some of them, or you hear like a Sonic the Hedgehog sounds or something like that. But I wish I can do them more often. But there is one coming up, top 10 of 2021, even though it's already 2022 and we're 7 days in. This is New York style.
Better late than never. Better late than never.
But I appreciate you, liking the stuff, man. It started out with you.
We did that video back in the day when I was over there. We put one episode out, didn't we? I came back and edited one, and we did one.
Yeah, I was
It was
drinking
meant to be a
port.
two-parter, and then I'm going to blame you, lost the audio or something happened.
I did.
Yeah,
I did. I'm sorry.
So we never did part two. But,
Yeah.
and we did it on Instagram Live as well, didn't we? So that was
Yes.
that was fun to do.
Yeah.
With a lot of bottles of Corona and other things. Yeah, it was good fun. But yeah, to reiterate what you said, yeah, I put a couple of videos out, not last year, but the year before. Some of the BBC collection, a review of one of the new ice
creams that
the
came out.
Reebok
I saw that one.
Yeah, and like you say, it's the editing it takes an age, and I'm similar to yourself. It's like I want every transition to work perfectly, every bit of B-roll to fit in perfectly. And half the time, I don't know what I'm doing anyway. So you're kind of learning it as you go, which takes the time. And
Exactly. So that's why it's not as. And I'm not looking to get paid from YouTube. My goal has always been to educate. If you guys know me, I don't sell most of my sneakers. I don't sell any of them. I'm a true collector, and I want to just kind of educate. But the 2021, look out for that, because that's going to be coming up. Hopefully soon. Because if I wait any longer, it's going to be the end of 2022. And, by that time, it won't make any sense. I mean, there's a lot of drops in 2021.
Yeah. And what I will do at some point soon, and I was meant to do it previously, and I never got around to it, is I will sort out a playlist of some kind of all of your videos that you've got on YouTube as well. And I'll put that on the media page of the Otherz.net, so people can kind of find everything in one place there, as well as all of our other videos and stuff that we've done previously. So yeah, so if you've not seen Dave's videos and you want to go back and look at them and kind of watch through them and watch the evolution of his video making skills as well, which have most definitely improved as he's gone as well, which has been good to see.
I get a lot of compliments on that. I feel like they're all the same. I guess I'm not seeing it, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. It's because I remember when the first couple came out, and I think I messaged you about. I was like, "Oh, your audio's a bit off in this part," and you only uploaded in like 720 or something. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Come on, tweak that, do that, improve that." And you were like, you were on it, and you improved it. So
you most definitely did. It's funny because the yellow label part, that's what Evan shoots. So Evan breaks out his camera, and he does that. That's like a whole setup. He sets up his lights. The mic is wireless. That's like very professional. That's how he does it. But when I do like the intermission type of stuff, it's just me with my camera. And I don't really like to do a lot of the technicality of it. Like a lot of people like to do the on foot, and they like to look at the uppers and the lowers. Man, shut up. Just look at the shoe. I'm from the old school. These are the breads. No, they're the black and reds. But I don't know. I'm showing my age, I guess. But you know what? Like I said on my video, but I don't care.
But no, more to come in 2022, and hopefully I'm going to try and start doing some more as well. And we want to try and get these videos on these podcasts, I should say, onto YouTube as well at some point. So another thing for me to get round to doing.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot that you can do with everything. Instagram is now paying people for their reels. I've been trying to keep up with that. It's just so much to keep up with, man.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not on TikTok. I don't think I ever want to be on TikTok. I don't know. I just feel like I'm an old
See,
man, dude.
I'm only on there because obviously my kid uses it. So you have to kind of, or should, he's 11, so probably shouldn't actually have a TikTok account. I think you'll be 13. But you can link a kid's or teenager's account to a parent one, so the parent can obviously keep an eye on it,
Oh,
control it. So I have an account for that, and yeah, whenever I kind of dip into there, it's one of those things you get sucked into it, and after half an hour of
right.
watching all these
You
weird
fall down
random
into the
videos,
rabbit hole.
you realise just what a load of trash it generally
Yeah,
is.
and speaking of not trash, but segue, what do you think of this new NFT metaverse type thing? I kind of don't understand it.
It's I don't understand all of it fully, but it seems to be that it is the future. And I don't want to sound like one of these old people that's like, I don't get the modern technology, and what is the point of this?
Yeah, that's me.
I think we're seeing a lot of like really big, really credible artists investing in making their work available via NFT. We are, as always, this is like the first instance of it. So everybody is jumping on that bandwagon,
Yeah,
and a lot of it isn't being done particularly well. There's a lot of people obviously just cashing in on this new thing. But like I say, there are a lot of real big, real credible artists out there creating things to be sold as NFTs, and it's definitely a way that I can see the art market going. The only not problem I have with it or issue is you look at the conventional art market nowadays, and it's you can only really be involved in it if you can afford to be involved in it.
right, right,
Whereas NFTs have, because we're in that infancy, it's kind of like almost anyone can kind of be involved and buy a piece if you can find it for the right
right.
price. And things are a little bit more affordable because it's new and people are testing the waters. But I get the fear that in 5 or 10 years' time, once it's matured a bit, once all the kind of hype has died down and it is just another avenue to sell art, we will just see the prices just kind of go up as we do with traditional art,
Yeah, because
and normal people will just be priced out of it again.
yeah, I was watching something on TV, and they were talking about selling land in the metaverse, and they said, "Oh yeah, half of Manhattan's already gone." I'm like, "What?" Like people are buying like real estate in the metaverse. So I'm like, so I worked hard my whole life just just for everything to be virtual now. So what the hell did I do everything for? You know? And it's like really picking up, and I don't want to be that old man. Penny, we're not that old. We got to stop saying
Well,
that.
yeah,
but
but I have to say, compared to a lot of people that listen to the podcast
we're
and
old.
follow
I
both of us
know.
on Instagram, yeah, we are fucking old.
I know. Ugh. I'll be 30. I'll be 39 this year. But it's something I got to get involved with, man, with the whole NFT thing. But I was told that if I were to make an NFT and I were to use like a somebody else's sneaker, like Nike, like you can't do that because it's their
Yep,
logo,
yep.
their thing. So that's like a whole nother part, that I don't really understand too. So, but I'm sure, give me a couple of months, I'll have everything figured out. You'll see me in the metaverse, moonwalking and doing something. You know,
Get your VR headset on, and you can bump into King on the metaverse streets of Manhattan or Queens or wherever he may be.
yeah, man. And I want to ask you, what type of any music you listening to at all?
Oh God, good question. Do you know what? I haven't really caught up on anything that new recently. Hold on, let me hide these notifications which are now popping up saying we're meant to be recording a podcast when we already are.
Got it.
Yeah, so there was a new Weekend album came out today. Not listened to that yet. The last Drake album, I haven't listened to that properly yet. The last Kanye album, haven't listened to that properly yet.
I'm with you.
It's as with everything. There's so much of everything. It's having the kind of time to actually sit down and listen to it properly and really kind of indulge in it and get involved in it. Obviously, I just have a house full of HomePods, so I walk around every day saying, shuffle my music, and I catch bits and pieces here and there. And I try and make a conscious effort to like go back and re-add all the stuff that's kind of been released recently. So, for example, some of the Neptune stuff from 2021, while I've kind of heard it here and there, I've not sat down and listened to some of it properly. So the other day I had to go through a list that I think, who put it up? Maybe Pharrell Williams World. Did like a whole list of every Neptune's track of 2021, and I had to go through and save all the ones. There were a couple that I hadn't really heard of, a couple that I hadn't saved anywhere, that I hadn't really listened to yet. So I had to go and save all of that and add that to my Apple Music so that I can actually get around to listening to it at some point.
And I don't have Apple Music.
Oh. Well, substitute Apple Music with Spotify.
I don't have Spotify.
Tidal,
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't have
Tidal in your case.
I could get Tidal.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
I could get Tidal. Yeah, but I've been listening to a lot of the older N.E.R.D. Neptune stuff. I don't know why, but I guess I'm going through that phase, and that's what I've been doing. I'm trying to come out with a mixtape of just a lot of their unreleased material. Their first album was made before they had contacted Spy Mob. I'm trying to do like a whole mixtape on that. And I've actually been so random, but I've been looking and listening to old Michael Jackson demos. Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but I've just been like going through all of the stuff that he was supposed to release off the Thriller album, off the Bad album, and it kind of just like takes you back, to that time where music was something of a art,
Mm-hmm.
like you really had to be in the studio, Penny. Like you really had to be sleeping in the studio, There were really chord changes and bridges and intros and outros, and reel to reels, That's me being an old man again, but like that sound sonically, man. Like when you play a vinyl, I'm not sure if anybody has listened to actual vinyl, but that sound cannot be duplicated, man. Not even with digital, in my opinion, And listening to that older stuff, I wish that stuff would come back, man. The closest thing we have to that is Anderson .Paak, and Bruno Mars. I'm not really into I'm not really into that whole, age of what I don't even call it rap, but I'm not really into all of that. So I've been kind of just going back and listening to the older stuff. I'm a huge fan. If you guys don't know, my favorite type of music, hands down, is bossa nova, chilled out music. My favorite artists, Michael Jackson, Pharrell, obviously, Jamiroquai, Moon Boots is a new one. He's not new, but new to you guys as far as me mentioning them. I had the pleasure of finally meeting him this last year as well. But yeah, I've been, listening to just the older stuff, man. I can't really do some of the newer stuff right now.
I think literally 5 minutes ago you said, but Steve, we're not old men, we're not. And then we're sat here going,
we're old.
I'm listening to none of that new music. I'm listening to all the old shit that I love.
Yeah, man. I just, with music, with me, y'all know music and me. Music is life, bro. But some of the stuff out now, I was like, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah, I'm similar. Like I say, I have this big kind of Apple Music catalogue of everything that I enjoy listening to, thousands upon thousands of songs. And that's just what goes on every day in the house or on my earphones or whatever it might be. I'd spend hardly any time. I probably should spend more time seeking out, kind of new music, new artists and stuff like that. But at the same time, again, when you get to this age, you know what you like. You know what's good.
It's like wine, bro. Like it just, I don't have time for this. I don't know. It's just, it bothers me. And me being a musician, it's like, that's not playing the piano, dog. Like you're not, I don't know what that is. You're hitting a note. I guess I'm hating. I guess I'm old.
Is there any of the Neptune stuff from 2021 that you listened to that you, one, remember, and two, like? Because what do we have? We had like the
That's a
ASAP Ferg one. which was quite good with the sort of good video, good visuals there.
I don't know if
The
it was
snow.
from 2021, but it was a song he did with, let's say, was it Buju Banton?
Oh yeah, that's 2019. I want to say.
It was that long ago?
I think it was.
You know which one I'm talking about, right? I
Yeah, I can't
need
think of the
that
name of it.
girl. Tell me how you say
Yes,
that.
it's
Damn.
funny because I listened to that song endlessly on repeat, and I'd forgotten all about it. I don't know if it's been removed from my library or what, but it has not come up in a long, long time.
When was Pomegranate released?
That was around the same time. Yeah, they were like back to back releases almost.
Damn.
Now I'm trying to look it up. Yeah, Cherry Pie, that was it.
Cherry Pie.
June 2020.
Okay. And what was the other one? What was Pomegranate? You know that one?
Pomegranate, yeah, that would have been just after, I want to say.
All right, so
Hold
I'm
on.
off a year.
Pomegranate, Neptunes, yeah, with Deadmau5. Oh, May 2020, so the month before, pretty much.
Yeah, okay. So I'm a little off with my dates.
Yeah, let me see if I can find a list. See, I've got to say here, Mika from the Neptunes.org, he has been slacking this year. He has not put the list together, I don't think.
Yeah, so much has been happening in my life where, like, you know, even listening to music is kind of tough now. Just, you know, putting together just a playlist now. Life is really, the last 2 years, life has just come at everyone.
Yes.
Like, it just happened.
I must just clarify, when I say Mika has been slacking, I am, of course, joking.
Yes.
I know he is working
And
hard.
we know
yeah,
that
and doesn't necessarily have the time to be on the website all the time.
we know you don't have a bad bone in your body.
Yeah. Right, I am on Wikipedia. Let's hope somebody has updated this. No, they stopped in 2020.
It's
God damn it.
it's a shame that both of us have no idea.
No, and it's annoying because about 2 podcasts ago, I went through the whole list and actually talked about all of them, and now I can't remember any of them. But yeah, we had the ASAP one, we had Snow Allegra, we had the French guy, whose name I cannot remember for the life of me.
And Varnish?
No, now what I'm going to do is open Apple Music. People listening to this must just be shouting at me.
Yeah, I know.
The Metallica remix, Wherever I May Roam.
We're gonna get hell for this one.
I know.
I'm getting out of this conversation.
Summer Walker's that right there. The French one was Ole San, which was a good track. What else did we have? Yeah, Green Juice was the ASAP Ferg track, and that's all I can see at the moment on my list in front of me.
What about Run to the Sun? That was a joke.
Yeah, I know. I was pausing because I was trying to think of some witty comeback, which I couldn't. My brain doesn't work that fast these days.
What about Run to the Sun?
I think I've heard of that one.
Run to the Sun.
What do you want to see in 2022? Are there any is there somebody you hope the Neptunes will work with that they've either worked with before, or any kind of new artists you'd like to see them do something with?
Yes and no. So I'm gonna tell you a quick story because I'm full of stories. There was a French guy. He goes by the name of Varnish, and I literally, dude, when I tell you, obviously he's like a Tyler, where he was highly influenced by Pharrell. He says it all the time. And dude, I thought his music at one point was like, yo, Pharrell, you got some catching up to do. Like, that's how I felt about this dude. His bridges were on some like cloud 9. Yo, this dude blocked me on Instagram.
Right, I need to look him up now.
Varnish La Pricine is how you say his name. He's French. His music is amazing, but the dude blocked me on Instagram. And my brother comes in and you see Pharrell's working with Varnish. And I said, where did he post it? So on his Instagram. Well, I can't see it because he blocked me. I wanted that collaboration to happen before he blocked me. And I saw it. I'm like, wow, this is going to be crazy. But the dude blocked me. And I'm like, what the hell? I wasn't bothering him. I'm just tagging him in the songs that I've posted on my Instagram. I think everybody deserves credit for everything. And I went to go search one day, and I couldn't find him. And I said, "This mother effer." He makes great music, bro.
I'll have to check it out because I see 8 people that I follow or that follow me also follow him. So
Yeah, he makes it. He's a producer. He produces for this guy, Makala, and bro, his music is so. It's just so like ethereal. His chord progressions are like crazy. Like you can tell the dude puts that thought and time in, and that's what I liked about it. It wasn't the same. Or even though I had no idea what the hell they're saying, it was just more of the vibe of music. And I saw that he's working with Pharrell, so that's going to be crazy. Um, I think if Pharrell worked with Anderson .Paak when he was at Something in the Water, he destroyed it. I think that would be insane. I'm not a huge fan of Bruno Mars, but I gotta say the guy is talented. I'm not a huge fan of The Weeknd, but I want to say he's talented too. But we need that Pharrell Michael Jackson collab, man. We got to get that going.
oof, that would be good.
Yeah, that's what we need. Maybe in the metaverse.
You never
You
know.
never know,
Anything
man.
can happen in the metaverse.
Is that Michael? It's Mazavati? No, Michael Jackson. That's from Moonwalker, y'all.
Classic. I introduced the girlfriend to that movie a little while back, and she was thoroughly confused as to what
I don't know
was
what's
going
going on. My man's turning into a car.
Yeah.
It's like Michael, bro.
Then he's a shooting star.
Yeah.
Then he's got fucking lasers coming out of his shoulder.
Now he's a robot. Now he's a plane.
Yeah. Good movie though. Enjoyable movie.
Yeah, that
Go
movie's
watch
serious,
it.
bro. That movie's
I
serious.
recommend it. I went to the cinema to watch it when it first came out.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yeah.
And you know that lean that he did? They actually did that. He patented that.
Yeah. The shoes.
With the shoes.
No, we won't spoil it for everybody. If you want to go look up how it's done, then you can.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you Google it, you can find it.
As a kid, I was like, how the hell is he? How's he doing that? And it wasn't until I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame I saw, and I'm like, this mother effer, he was really doing this. And in one concert, he fell, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to look that up. Yeah, he goes down and he just falls.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm like, oh. But yeah, he continued. He like Beyonce.
As you do, true professional.
You just keep going. Like, oh.
I do. I remember seeing a study / article. This was probably when he was still alive, actually. Looking at the kind of whole physics of that lean, and talking about not just like the pattern and how it's, how they're kind of secured to the spot and everything, but actually physically then doing it.
Right.
And they got something in this study. They got like 100 people or whatever they may be, professional dancers, athletes, random normal people, and they put them in the shoes and they had them kind of do the same thing, and they had them try to do it. Not a single one.
It's hard.
Do it
it's hard, man.
because it takes such
strength.
The strength you need in your legs and in your upper body. Ridiculous.
And interesting fact, because I could do a whole interesting fact Michael Jackson YouTube / podcast, but the guy who choreographed, this is crazy, the guy who choreographed Smooth Criminal, if you've ever seen the video Beat It, at the end of the video, there's two guys that come out and they fight with a knife. Did that whole West Side Story scene. The black guy was the choreographer for Beat It and Thriller, and the white guy was the choreographer for Smooth Criminal, which is
facts.
Yeah, that's like, when I found that out, I was like, that's crazy, and he used Real Bloods and Crips for the Beat It video. Yo, Michael was gangster.
Yeah.
My man went to Compton, right? People just shooting. And yo, Michael's here. Stop shooting. He's like, hey guys.
Everyone stop.
You want to be in my video? Like, yo, how do you do that? How you just go to Compton and get the Bloods and the Crips together for a music video? And they were like, yeah, we're willing to just put down our guns. We don't want to kill nobody. We'll do it for free. And he was like, all right, thanks. Like, he went to Compton and got Bloods and Crips together for a music video. And just so you guys know what to look for, in the video, you can tell who's a real Blood and Crip because they wear a bandana around their head, and you'll see it. You're gonna be like, "Holy crap!" Dave was right. When it comes to Michael Jackson history, bro, that's a whole nother podcast.
We could do that one day.
Yeah, because I think you're a Michael fan too, bro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
don't sleep on Sir
I'm
Penny.
up there with you.
Don't sleep on Sir Penny. He knows his
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I got my my Michael pictures on the wall and whatnot. Don't worry.
Yeah, I just got another Michael Jackson jacket.
Oh, here you go. I'll pull something out.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe again, people that are listening to this are probably like, "What the fuck are these two doing now?"
Here we go. Yeah, we just totally diverted. This is but this is what the podcast is about, man.
Right, I'm deep into a drawer.
He's going in, man. What the hell?
First thing I do find is I'll hold that up so Dave can see it.
Oh, that's an original, bro.
Yeah, stolen from Jay-Z's office.
Oh wow, and that's an original, man. I don't even have any more of those.
I'm gonna have to edit the hell out of this podcast. Second thing I find.
What you got?
Just your usual things there. Just some backstage N.E.R.D type stuff.
Oh man, this guy's pulling everything out.
And then we start getting to the stuff that not even Dave has got.
What is that?
Not even out of the wrapper.
Oh my god!
So hold on, I'll show you something else which may, if I can find it, which may.
Guys, this man is pulling out gems right now. He's showing why he's a sir.
I don't even know if I've got the right package here. Yes, I do. Hold on. So.
Bro, if you pull out Michael's glove, I'm just hanging up.
Slip it on.
Yo, this is
moonwalk out of the video.
Wait,
out of the shot.
You got the. Oh, what the?
So we've got that little something there.
This dude got the whole.
And then I think, where is it? There's something that goes with it. Hold on. I'm going through packages of like all sorts of shit. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about.
This man is.
So we got.
What is that? Is that a ticket?
It's a ticket.
No way. Yo, the ticket is leaning.
So this is the original ticket for the This
Is
Is
It
concert
of
that
course.
I was going to go to. After he passed away, what they said to everybody was, "We'll give you a refund."
Did you get one?
Or I've got the ticket. So you either get a refund or you can keep the ticket, and we'll send you like some commemorative stuff as well. So there is the book that I was holding up to Dave, which is like a celebration of the life of Michael Jackson. There's the hologram ticket where he's doing the lean that we talked about. There's the T-shirt that goes with it, which I was also holding up. And then I think I've got a poster of some kind, but I don't know what it is. Damn,
I just said one word and this man pulls out half of his legacy.
There's other stuff here as well. I'm not quite sure what I've actually got in some of these bags. There's a CD of some kind. I don't know what this is.
This man is just going in right now.
Hold on. Oh, it's actually a signed Chester French CD.
Oh, Chester French. What happened?
Okay, yeah. There we go. So yeah, there's a couple of little things.
You just pull that out just like that? It's like he really want to be starting something.
I'll just
you remember that? Remember how you used to do that?
I remember that well.
You remember that?
You better beat it.
Penny, he think he bad.
Yeah, let's not go down this route. It always ends poorly.
I know, bro, because the way you make me feel, Penny, you know. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I was going through my vinyl the other day, and you know how you have like a flip book of like stick figures and and the book is moving. So I'm going through my vinyl, and I have all my Jackson records in order, and I'm going through them. I get the Thriller, and then I get to another Thriller, and I'm like, what the hell? So I go back, and I'm like, is this dude's face change? Bro, so I must have gotten a rare Thriller release where in one, he's not smiling, but in the other one, he is.
I've seen that. Yes,
Yeah, it's
I've
like a
seen those.
mistake that was put out, and I happened to get one because I'm like, am I like dreaming or something?
I want to say I may be completely wrong. I think one of those was like a Japanese
It
version
might
or
be.
release or
It might
something.
be.
It was like a specific region where they wanted like a different image
Yeah. I
or
mean,
to like
he had the
portray
same
it in a
stuff
different
on,
way.
but he's just
Yeah.
making like a slightly different face. I
Yes.
was like, holy crap. And so my new Michael pickups has been because I like collecting his jackets. So I just got the Thriller, the before Thriller jacket. So like not the actual dance jacket, but you remember the one he was walking. I'm not like other guys.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
M on it. I just copped one of those. Yeah,
Nice.
that's actually pretty serious.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should maybe one day do a Michael Jackson type podcast.
Yeah, man, we should because we can go on and on about this.
We should plan it properly and and pull out some facts
Yeah, we might have to
and
do a
whatnot.
YouTube for that because I can pull out,
Oh yeah,
you know, some serious stuff, man. We we we,
for
we
sure.
just we just totally diverted. You see, and that's the thing about
I
the
know.
podcast,
I had to look at
man.
my notes. And I was like, what were we talking about?
That's
I don't
that's
remember
the thing
now.
about the podcast with me and Penny. It's like we can talk about anything and just keep going off and just go on to something else and go off to something else. Um, yeah. So you had something come. Did you do the Freedom podcast yet?
Yeah, so that was so. As I'm speaking to Dave now, it's for me the evening of Friday the 7th of January. I did the Freedom podcast yesterday on Thursday the 6th. I'm not sure which order they'll come out in. I think probably this one will go first, but we'll see.
Penny, we're gonna try to make this one the highest. Do you see the views of your?
I can probably find them somewhere, yeah, but maybe not for all of them because I've changed
We're
providers
gonna we're gonna
partway
make this
through, but we'll
we're
see.
gonna make this the highest viewed. Excuse me, the highest listened to podcast of the others' history. That's what we're gonna do.
I look forward to that for sure.
Yeah, so it's a good thing to be back on the air with you, man. It's a fun time.
Like I
So
say, man, it's good to have you back, and it's good for us to be chatting positive stuff
yeah, man, that's what the world needs right now.
as opposed to everything that's been going on recently. And I know when we have our phone conversations, we always have a little we get stuff off of our chest. Let's say we have a little bit of rant and a rave, and we tell each other what's been annoying us. But it's good to also have these little sit down chats and be generally positive
Yeah,
and
it's cool.
bring other people into our world as well.
Yeah, man, and I appreciate it. I had to get, I had to get back on. This is something that I remember starting the Otherz name. I remember that, and once that started with the name, it was you that came up with the podcast to go with the name, and you're still doing it, bro, and that's amazing.
We're trying out here.
Yeah, I'll never forget I had that. I had come up with it was like a contest to name people that are all like us. We had to be put in a category, and the Others was the one that won.
Yeah.
And I said, all right, we're going with that. And then it was you that came up with the podcast. So, you know,
And here we are, all these years later.
yeah, that was like 3, 4 years ago.
Well, yeah, even longer than
Yeah,
that,
maybe.
maybe,
Yeah,
wasn't
I
it?
still have the original. I could turn that into NFT. I
You
don't
could,
know who would buy it.
but who? Hang on, who owns the rights to the others?
Because I forgot his name. What's his name?
Heiser came up with the name,
Yes.
didn't he?
And
Yes.
it's funny. I saw him the same day I saw Virgil. He's like from Mexico, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So I went
Yeah.
to see Virgil, and then I went to the store, and he's in the store. I'm like, what's happening today? First I meet Virgil, Kendall Jenner, and now Heiser. What are you doing just randomly in New York? And I took a picture with him. So shout out to Heiser, man. I call him the General for coming up with that name. He's the one that came up with the name.
It's a small world, and when you're in a kind of a community such as this, it's an even smaller world,
Yeah,
and it's amazing who you kind of run into and where it takes you. The podcast I did yesterday, people can listen to it maybe in a week or so. but a guy called Punesh, who runs the N.E.R.D.live account. He's from the UK originally, but now lives in Australia. And we were talking about all the N.E.R.D gigs we've been to over the years, all the kind of London ones and whatnot. And during that conversation, we realised that probably 15 odd years ago, maybe more, 20 years ago, we would have literally probably been stood next to each other,
right,
in certain queues, because we were both like, he was like, I was always like right at the front for any gig, from like 2001 to 2005 or whatever it was. He was like, I was always like in the first 5 people in, and I was like, I was always like first 10 people in. So we both would have been there some way, Yeah.
It's a small world. Funny story. My brother would attend. My brother Evan was into Pharrell more than I was, and he would go to. He would go to every concert. So Pharrell started to recognize his face after a while. So Evan gives Pharrell a shirt that says Atlantis Apartments. So he started referring to my brother as Atlantis. Brother's a huge fan. Fast forward now, he works for Planes, doing the whole Rock Nation thing. He's not really like a fan anymore. He's taking pictures of people. He tells me he's at a one of these like parties or whatever, and he's like, someone smacks him right on the back, and Evan goes, I turn around like, it's ready to get popping, and it's Pharrell, right? And he goes, Atlantis, what are you doing here? And Evan goes, bro, I'm like a photographer now. Like he goes, wow, you've really come really far. He's like, yeah, isn't that crazy? So Evan takes a picture with him, and Pharrell looks down, and Evan's wearing the Money Rules, and Pharrell actually says, wow, where'd you get those? And he goes, bro, you gotta check out my brother. And then they whisk him away, and I'm like this, oh my gosh, this is like the 8th time this has happened.
Oh, that's good. Do you know who my brother? Oh yeah, okay.
Dude, I'm tired of it. I'm like, all right, it's enough. Okay, you know what? I've come to terms. I'm not going to meet this man.
One day, your time will come. Your time will come. One
hopefully,
day,
man.
Sure.
Hopefully, Penny.
It will. Let's go back to what we were talking about very briefly, which was what we want to see or hear in 2022. Before we massively went on a tangent.
Yeah.
I was trying to think if I had anything specific. What I'd love to see from here, whatever it might be, from the Neptunes is I want some old school Neptunes. Now they're both kind of, back together, both working a lot more closely. Chad seems to be basing himself out of Miami quite a lot as well, to obviously be where Pharrell is kind of based. I want to hear some old Neptunes classic bangers. I want like an old Jay, old Nori, old Luda.
I want old bridges, man. That's all I want. I just want some serious bridges. It doesn't have to be like old. But I want another bridge, man. Another nice Chad Hugo bridge that just comes out of nowhere.
Oh,
Yeah,
I want some classics back.
Best bridge, in my opinion, is Justin Timberlake, Last Night.
Mm-hmm.
That bridge. What's the other one? Take It From Here, and Sleepy Brown, Big Boy, and Pharrell, Margarita. Those are my top 3 bridges.
Yeah. Margarita is an underrated one.
Yeah.
I want to try and do a podcast on that one day. It wasn't on my list originally, but it keeps cropping up because I've watched the video 100 million times, so it keeps cropping up on YouTube.
So maybe you can answer this question for me.
I need to do that.
Why the hell was Pharrell wearing a hat that had nothing on it? If you watch the video, he was BBC already. He had ice creams on.
Yeah.
But he had this blue hat on, but it didn't say anything on it. It was just a regular blue hat.
What was that?
And I'm like, why? What? Because he did wear the bucket running dog hat, but he just had this weird blue hat on, and I always wondered why he had this hat on. Like at the time, there was a bunch of hats he could have worn. Why did he have this? It almost looked like he got it out of like Walmart or something.
All right, now I'm gonna have to look that one up as well. See if I can find an image quickly. Oh yeah, so it's is that not an ice cream hat? It's blue on blue, I think.
I can't see it. I mean, you could be right.
I'm trying to find a proper image of it, but I can't. I can only see a little one. But I've got a feeling
that's a night's going to be a good night.
Oh dear.
Worst take. Rookie
Yeah,
mistake.
I've got a feeling it's an ice cream. It's blue on blue, which is why it looks all blue. But I'll have to go watch the video later.
Yeah, it probably is,
I'm gonna
man.
have to check it.
But that's what I want. I just want some. I just want a nice bridge.
And what do you want or expect in terms of N.E.R.D? Because obviously we've not had an album now for a few years.
Well, I'm used to
No
it.
One Ever Really Dies was, what, 3 years ago now?
Wow, that long ago? Well, I'm used to it because
Yeah.
Jamiroquai, this guy releases albums every 10 years, right?
Yes.
It's like, it's annoying.
He's too busy racing
I
cars. He's
know.
got no time for this music stuff.
I don't necessarily want the N.E.R.D to go back to where they were, but I just felt like on this album, obviously they had to change up their style, you know, and do a lot of features and, yeah, like whatever. I know they had to do all that.
I have to just interject very quickly. No One Ever Really Dies was released in December 2017.
Get out of here.
Yeesh.
Are you serious?
Because then it was 2018 when they did like the big festival tour, which is when I met Pharrell and did the Shay podcast.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Flying. Oh no. Oh.
That was 2017. I remember the album dropped 12 o'clock. It must have been 7 o'clock your time. I think you were getting on a train and I called you. And at first I said Penny's album's trash.
Yeah, I remember you saying to me, yeah. That day it came out, you called me, I think, that morning. And then I'd spent the day at the office listening to it.
I said, this is trash.
And then Brent called me when I was on the way home, and he was like, when you get home, please call me. Like, can we discuss the album? Let me know your thoughts and feelings.
Yeah. As I listened to it more, I realized that it's actually a very good album. I think it's better than, what was the album that had that Hypnotize You on it? What was that? It wasn't seen. It was like, but not. It was
Hypnotize You was on Nothing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Nothing was.
Nothing's their worst album of all, ever.
Like I'm like, this album's nothing. Literally.
Yes, that's what it was called.
Yeah, Nothing. It's nothing. So
because that's what they thought of it as well.
I'm like, is that the one that has your favorite song, Hot and Fun, on it?
Oh yeah.
Yo, this guy hates this song. It's like how I hate Beautiful.
I hate it. I was about to say, don't make me bring out Beautiful, because I will.
Guys, Beautiful sucks. We were it was me and my boy Ivory. We're at something in the water. And they're like, yo, we want to bring out Snoop. So I'm like, please tell me they're going to sing Leslie Alone. All of a sudden I hear, I'm like, I have a video of it. I think I might post it. I'm like, this is the worst song I've ever heard in my life.
I've seen that video, I think, actually.
And let me tell you something.
You getting irrationally angry.
That comes with the territory, man. I can't stand when people like everything. Just diverting my ice cream video. I did the top 10 worst ice creams. People were up in arms. And I'm just like, guys, it's okay to not like something, right? Mm-hmm. Michael Jackson's Blood on the Dance Floor was Blood on the Dance Floor. That album was terrible, right? It was horrible. Beautiful is horrible. That's a horrible song.
Yeah, and for those that haven't listened to all of the podcasts, I will refer you back to episode, I don't know, probably one of the first 10 episodes where we did Beautiful. If you want to hear Dave again get just irrationally angry about the song, go back and listen to that podcast episode. And again, whenever I speak to people, they always say, when Dave's back on, can you make sure you mention Beautiful and really wind him up?
That song is like the Grease Lightning.
That is awful, Grease Lightning, yeah.
That's how bad that song is.
See, while I don't proclaim it to be a brilliant song, I don't think it's that bad. But I'm the same with Hot and Fun. If anyone put Hot and Fun in front of me, I'd, punch them in the mouth.
If I had to do my top 3 worst Pharrell songs, even though Beautiful is not really a Pharrell song, it would be Beautiful. I want to say, Lost Queen off his album.
Really?
The other joint at the end
The second
Yeah,
part,
yo,
yeah, I know what you mean.
that's fancy. But the first part is eh. And the song that he did with what's the guy when you love like I used to before, I can't stand him. Ed Sheeran. It was on like the last
Oh
album.
yeah,
That song is, I think it's called like Lifting You or something. That song is
yeah. I'm
terrible.
that's one off the album I'm not a fan of. It's grown on me a little bit, but I'm certainly not a fan of it.
That is, they need to be lifting beautiful out with Lost Queen. That song is terrible.
Oh, here we go. Anger and controversy. It's what
That's
Dave
it.
always brings.
Come
It's what
on.
people come here for.
That's what they're coming for. I mean, I could keep going, bro. I could keep going.
So anyway, back to the question.
Oh,
What do we
and the
and go
Black
on?
Entrepreneur song that he did with Jay-Z.
Were you gonna say?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
How
about.
we all
Yes.
waited for this next Excuse Me Miss.
Go on.
Horrible.
Oh, fuck off. Get off my podcast.
I'm like, what is this? This is what I waited for? Now, I know some of you may be thinking I'm bashing for. I'm not. I'm being a fan. I'm telling you what's good and what I don't like, you know? And I'm affiliated with both of those guys, as you can see by my shirt. Terrible. I understand the message and what they were trying to do. The message was great. The song was terrible.
You're not going to be affiliated for much longer with awful opinions like that, my friend.
Man, that's what
Fuck
brings
out of it.
that's what brings ratings, bro. Come on, man. That's why the Colette's brown and pink was my number one worst shoe. That's what brings ratings, guys. I mean, the shoe's not that bad, but that's what brings ratings. Come on, guys. I mean, seriously.
All right. Number one, Entrepreneur, very good song.
Okay.
Number two, let's get back to the point.
Okay, go.
What do we want to see from N.E.R.D? Do we think we might get an album at some point soon? Would you want to see an album soon?
Yes, I would love to see another album. I think you can tell that there are a lot of projects that Pharrell's doing. You can tell that he's, I don't want to say, I'm not going to say done with music. You don't ever want to say that when it comes to Pharrell. But he's venturing. And a part of me feels like they need to, if they're going to go out, they need to drop at least one more album with what you were saying, some of that old stuff, some of the new stuff, and just make it a great exit. You know what I'm saying? They definitely need to do one more album. Just the three of them, though. That's what I would like to see. Nobody else. Get that Spy Mob back. Let's do the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to see another album where, if we're going to get one here, I think we'd be due one soon. Like we say, the last one was December 2017, so we normally get roughly like a 5-year gap, don't we, in between albums?
Between the albums.
A little bit less earlier on, but yeah, it tends to be about sort of 4 or 5 years now. So, I've heard rumours they are putting bits together. I don't know if anything will kind of come of that. You never can tell with them. I think, again, Pharrell's one of those people that, if he doesn't think it's going anywhere or he's just not interested, it gets dropped and they never look at it again.
Yeah. I would love to see another Pharrell album. Even another just Pharrell album.
Mm-hmm. And again, that's been rumoured for a while. Again, I think something was recorded, something was done, something was put together. But then for whatever reason, he decided wasn't interested anymore. It wasn't going to work. So it's been kind of, dropped.
I would love to see another Pharrell album because same thing with Girl. When I first listened to it, I didn't like it. And then, you go back and you listen to it and the album was, it was good. It wasn't in my mind, but those are two separate chapters, they're not even almost
they're
the same.
different projects,
aren't they? Exactly. So you can't compare. You could tell it was a lot more maturity, and I love the way he put together the album. I would love to see another N.E.R.D album. I'd love to see another Pharrell album, and even another Neptune's clones.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great. They make great music, bro. They make amazing music. End of story.
And that's kind of what I've been hoping for in terms of this kind of re-emergence and resurgence of the Star Trek stuff. We've seen Rob, who was Pharrell's business partner, still is, ran Star Trek back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
He's now running, the newer stuff they're doing with the clothing line, with the website and whatnot.
Right.
I would. It's probably not, but in my heart, or I hope that it's leading into something bigger. It's a slow build.
Right.
It's let's get the Star Trek name back out there. Let's start building upon that again. And then what I'm hoping is, we see like another Clones type album that comes out on Star Trek
Yeah,
as a whole kind of Star Trek project.
that would be great, man. It really would, man. Something new, because when they put something out, it's going to be different. It's going to be back to that weirdo, but I just set a trend status, and I think that we're overdue for that. But we'll see. We'll see, man.
Yeah, for sure. And in terms of N.E.R.D stuff, we're definitely due an album, but an N.E.R.D album can come out of nowhere. No one ever really dies. That's mainly old stuff that
Right.
they said to Mike, dig through the vaults, pull out bits and pieces that you think might work. Let's start piecing bits together, and then suddenly there was an album.
Right.
So they've got all the stuff in the
They can do it.
Yeah, they've got stuff, thousands of things on hard drives in storage. They're obviously always working on new stuff as well. So they could kind of, drop an album at any point, really, and surprise us all.
It would be amazing if they dropped like an unreleased track. Can you just imagine some of the things that you would hear on that? That would be cool. Sometimes I think a lot of artists drop songs, but they're unreleased stuff. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, like, what's this? This is what's up. But I guess that's a lot of legal issues and all that other stuff. But that's something I would love to see. But I know that would never happen. They did it with Michael Jackson, but they did everything over. Kanye West and Akon. It didn't work in my opinion. But
will.i.am and whoever else was involved. Yeah.
Like, what is this?
Yeah, not great.
Yeah. So, but anyway.
Yeah, touch wood. Let's hope we get something at some point.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to, man?
Good question. No.
That was great.
Oh, really?
I
couldn't think of anybody.
I mean, no.
Yeah, I recorded a podcast yesterday. I did one a week ago. There's no one I can think of. Yeah, the only one I can think of is obviously your good self.
You had a guy by the name of Chris Lee on your show.
On a few weeks back, yeah.
That dude makes great music. Y'all need to go pick up his album. I bought it.
Yeah, so I put the mixtape in the show notes.
Yes.
So the link is there on the website and also in your podcast app. Go and check that out.
And I want to give a huge shout out. Paris Flacco is his name. Check him out on Instagram. The dude produces. He raps. He is not of this era, bro. He's a young guy, but he has like an old soul. He's into Japanese culture. He is what I feel the music industry is lacking today. Paris Flacco is his name. You need to check it out. You need to check him out. And like I said, he makes all the music for my YouTube channel.
I will just make a note, and I will try to remember to add the links in the show notes so people can head straight over there. I think I follow both of those guys anyway, but yeah, I'll try and remember to include them in the show notes so people can just click there and go straight over and give them a follow.
Yeah, and obviously, shout out to Penny, for having me on again. Guys, Penny's been working hard with this. He did a lot. So shout out to Penny for just keeping us going and, having me back on the show. I think this one is going to have a lot of listeners, man.
It's been a good one, man. I don't think we did much of a review of 2021.
No, but that's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
We caught up.
That's it.
We chatted about everything people would expect us to chat about. So we've done all right.
That's what we do. End of story.
Exactly. And we'll do some more in the future.
Yeah, man.
Who knows when, but we will.
It's been fun, chatting with you guys, man. It's been fun being back on the podcast. It's a lot of fun. A lot going on in the world. A lot going on in my life. So this has been this has been like a little vacation for me, a little 2-hour vacation. So thank
It's
you.
good, man. It's good to have you back. Obviously, everyone's been asking after you for ages to get you back on and all that stuff. So yeah, good to finally have you on here.
Yeah, that trailer I made was
Yeah,
pretty cool, man. I gotta put that back up again. You know,
definitely.
that was who's the guy that makes the illustrations? He does a great job.
Yeah, Rafa. Yep.
He's amazing.
Yeah. Shout out Rafa. He probably won't do one for this episode or the next episode because he's currently on holiday in Brazil. But
Good for
I am going
him.
to use my absolutely god awful Photoshop skills to put together the most janky cover art
Do
you've
it.
ever seen in your life.
Do it. Do it.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
It's going to be awful.
I'll send you that music too, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, send me your
Yeah,
your intro outro stuff. We'll drop that in as well. Send me any links that you want me to put in. We'll send that out to everybody.
say no more, man.
Everyone knows where to find you, but just say it. Just in case we got some new people listening. Where can they find you?
Definitely King of Creamz with a Z. Like I did it right.
I like how you did that.
King of Creamz. YouTube, same thing. Make sure you put the Z at the end, guys. And then same thing on SoundCloud. King of Creamz with the Z. If you hit me up on the DM, I definitely will not answer. It's just too much.
He's a celebrity now. He hasn't got the time.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to deal with you kinds of
I
people.
just can't do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? People say I changed. Like I worked as hard to stay the same.
Oh man! All right, good stuff. You can check out all of Dave's stuff, all of our videos, stuff we've talked about today over on the website, theothers.net. Others with a Z or Z, however you want to pronounce it. You can find the podcast online at Others Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all those places, but mainly Instagram. And then you can find me at Steve R. Penny, again on all the social places. But if in doubt, head over to theothers.net where all of the links to everybody and everything will be. We've gone over an hour and a half. I'm going to have fun editing this over the weekend, so we'll wrap it up there. Dave, once again, thank you, my brother, for coming on here.
Sir Penny.
It's always a pleasure.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you, guys, man. Stay tuned. That's all I have to say. Stay tuned.
Yeah, man. Give Dave a follow. Make sure you keep up to date with what he's working on. There's always stuff that he's kind of putting out there. And like he says, stay tuned because there's always a nice surprise coming up.
I never fail.
Never does.
I don't know how I still do it this many years, man. But
this boy is like the FedEx man.
Yeah,
he always delivers.
My man.
Peace.
Peace.